is in Washington, D.C. with his wife, who is a widow of a fallen officer, and she is part of a national organization for the police survivors of cops. And so he had an opportunity this year to be able to go with her to that, and chose to do that, which I think was fantastic. He had the opportunity. So you should have had time to read both of these articles. And I never did get a hold of the other gentleman that you gave me a name of to see about coming here. So I didn't know if you had anything. Have you ever been involved with this or the organization or know anything on it?
No, I know he had, it's Wilson is the officer that they did something. Maybe actually Randy could probably help me better with that one than I could. I know Wilson got involved with something and had something in town for some of the officers and fallen officers, and this was the people they had contacted with that. But I haven't dealt with these. I know, not the gentleman here, but I know the fallen officer that his wife was married to at one time. And I know that happened when I was living in Des Moines. So I really don't have a lot on this.
Okay. Are there any comments or suggestions or ideas from you guys?
How much money do we have left in the council fund that we're not have anything suspended against for the next 2.5 months?
I couldn't tell you off my head.
Or 1.5 months? Got to have at least
I have
1,000.
no idea off the top of my head.
Do they
I have to look at the budget.
Yeah.
Do they use this money for helping families or?
Yeah, what they use the contributions actually for is actually for the to assist widows who are facing financial hardships, as well as not only the widow but also for their children for college scholarships, and that's essentially where the contributions go to.
So we're not paying somebody to ride a bicycle.
No.
It's his new bicycle fund.
Yeah, expensive.
That's just their way to call attention to their cause and what they're doing, and that's why he rides the bicycle and has the flag on his bicycle and stuff. So I'm hoping to have some photo ops during July 25th when he's here. So it is you guys' choice as to what you would like to do or wouldn't like to do or whatever. So it's up to you.
Well, I think we should definitely contribute to it, but I don't know exactly how much. And is there a way that we can table this until next meeting after Barb's had a chance to check what we have for discretionary money?
How about making it so that it doesn't exceed $1,000? I mean, if we find 500 that we're able to use, or 750 or whatever, but not to exceed 1,000.
Yeah, that's fine.
Again,
that's fine with me.
So you're making a motion to make a donation up to $1,000 depending on what's in our budget.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
Is that understood?
Yep.
Okay. Motion by Holland, second by
Second.
Dallenbach. Roll call, please.
Menius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Wallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Number 14. We're going so fast, I'm even getting lost. Number 14, motion to adopt a resolution appointing Stephanie Harvey as a member of the Municipal Light Plant Board of Trustees to fill the vacancy created by Brian Meyer with a term expiring January 1st, 2020. And I did include in your packets the letter from Stephanie, and also made a comment on my mayor's notes that I apologize didn't get in. We had to cross wires. I had it Thursday and we didn't get it on your Dropbox until this morning. So
So this is a full 6 year.
well,
How does that? It's
as we
more.
replace them, we have to replace them for whatever term is left once
Yeah.
they resign. Brian had just been reassigned for 6 years in January. So when he
Okay,
resigned,
so it goes all the way through.
it's so the rest of his
fills
6
out the
years.
rest of their term.
Okay.
Yeah. On the other one, she had used 4 years. She only has 2 left, so he's only filling 2 years.
Right.
He'll be back up
Okay.
in 2 years. So I've known Stephanie for a long time. I made comment of that in my notes. She's got great credentials. I think she'll do a fantastic job for us. She was actually recommended to me first when Bergeson, Cindy Bergeson gave me her resignation, knowing that you have to keep a gender balance I was asking her if she had any ideas of other suggestions and stuff, and she made comment that Stephanie had been recommended back when Cindy was named, and she wasn't sure why that changed, but she recommended her. I also talked to people in the community. I talked to some of the employees at the light plant, and I just asked them, who would you recommend for me to go look at or talk to, and her name kept coming up. So I got all that before I ever talked to her to see if she'd even do it, and she did agree to, so, and is looking forward to having this opportunity.
I see she says here she's involved with the family business of banks in 5 communities. Does she travel a lot? Will she be able to?
She goes to board meetings. Most of those are, though, in northern Iowa, so a lot of times it's not even an overnight stay or anything. They also are involved in telecommunications, and so I thought with that it would be a benefit to Marty, who's our telecommunications person, to have somebody on the board that would understand what he's going through and some of the new laws coming down from the federal government, that type of thing. So I just felt that she had all-around good credentials and is willing to do it. So she did kind of go 6 years, huh? But I'm sure she'll be fine.
I'd make the motion to approve her.
Thank you. Motion by Hill, second.
I'll second.
Second by Lenius. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dollenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius.
Yes.
Thank you. Number 15, second half of that part, I guess. Motion to adopt a resolution appointing Stephen Elliott as member of the Municipal Light Plant Board of Trustees to fill the vacancy created by Cindy Bergeson with a term expiring January 1st, 2016, a 2-year term. And again, his request is in there. Whenever I asked him to do a resume or something like that, they weren't quite sure what to say or do, but that's how his did it. And I did make notes again on my notes of what I know of him and people that I've talked to check him out. I didn't really just draw these people out of the air, guys. I did check this out to make sure we have somebody that can do a good job, and I really feel with both of these guys on that board that they can help the other 3 people to move forward and doing some good positive things for the light plant board. And again, I checked them out with staff members and members of the community and such. So if anybody has any questions on
I
Okay.
know Steve, and he's good individual. He'll do his due diligence on.
And one of the things when his name was brought up to me too, and I got to talking to him, is the fact that he's the one person now that will be on that board that has some history, because he's been on the board before, so he has previous experience on that board. And as we're talking, we even discussed pros and cons. I even got Carter involved in that one. So he was my backup man to get him on there. So if I can answer any other questions, I'll try to. Otherwise,
I'll make a motion to adopt.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Holland, second by Brown. Roll call, please.
Hill,
Yes.
Dollenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Lenius,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So now he's just gonna be on 2 years.
He'll be on 2 years, then he can be reappointed
Yeah.
if he wishes to. We'll see what's going on in 2 years. I think Jerry Stelder's the other one that's also up in 2 years. Because there's 2 and 2 and 1 as far as they're being reappointed and such every 2 years. Number 16, motion to adopt a resolution approving pay estimates totaling $9,553 for work performed by French Construction for the 2011 Housing Rehabilitation Project.
I make the motion.
Motion by Hill, second by
Second.
Dallenbach. Any discussion?
Just, all of these they have a very lengthy inspection and checklist by the Intercog representatives before they sign off that the work's been done, so.
Just as a note, I don't think I put on over one of your places an invite to Intercog will be here to introduce themselves to the community and stuff and what things they can do. And this is just one of the many things they get involved with us as a city for helping do good things for our community. So, did you say you had a motion for that?
Yes.
And did I get a second?
I'll second.
Dallenbach, second, okay. Roll call, please.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Gilbert,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Linius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Thank you. Number 17, motion to adopt a resolution approving pay estimate number 1 totaling $79,642.73 for work performed by KWS Incorporated for the 20th Avenue Southwest Lighting Project.
I'd like to make a few comments about that, if I could.
Okay?
I was on the SAS committee when that thing was started, and we unanimously talked about 5 lights and 5 light poles. And it was presented to the council by Steve Deers, and I had Barb look it up, and there was no number on that. It was just, he encouraged the council to approve the lighting the project, but there was absolutely no numbers put on that. Now I had a bunch of people just jump all over me about this. There's 29 lights out there. Now somewhere between the SAS committee and Steve Deers, there seemed to be some addition on there that no one knows anything about.
Was more than one project?
No, it's all the same project. All the same project.
Who else was on SAS at that time?
I was.
John,
And,
I talked to every one of the council people except Bob and John. Well, I talked to John, actually. Not about how I would vote. There isn't one of them that would have voted for this thing had they known there was gonna be 29 lights out there, not one of them. Except John, I didn't ask him. I knew the answer to that question. So.
is the total cost for 29 lights the $79,642.73?
I don't know.
No, it's a $140,000 project,
Okay.
and we had 2 alternates on that. We had the original lights that were gonna be set on the turn lanes in front of the school, and then we went ahead and asked for an estimate on a first alternate to take lights from First Street west to the turn lane, go south to the turn lane, and a second alternate that was identified to get an estimate on to move those lights to add lights from the south end of the turn lane area to Bland Boulevard. Project came in at $140,000, and we had, I don't know where we got the money right off the top of my head, but we ended up with the funding, et cetera. Council approved the extension.
That's true. The council approved the
So.
project. The council approved the project. They didn't approve 29 lights.
They approved the project, that approves the 29 lights.
Well, how did the project go from 5 at the committee meeting to 29, and it was never brought?
Well, I was looking up-
29 actually nobody knew about until I was at Burger King, got jumped all over about it, and I said, what is the problem here? There's only 5 lights out there, and the whole place busted out laughing. They said, you better go out and look at that.
I can't imagine 5 lights that whole stretch of
No.
Well, regardless of what,
streets
you know,
covering it.
If it was not gonna be an adequate amount, somebody should have said something,
Well,
at the meeting.
and
It
maybe
has
at
nothing
some
to do with
point they
adequacy.
did.
It had
Maybe
everything
they
to do
did,
with
and
there
that's
were
why
2
they added.
alternates on the project. That's the only thing that hasn't, it's not the adequate lighting for the turn lane because it was going to be adequate for the turn lanes.
All I know is I talked to everybody that was on the council at that time, and not one of them would have voted yes for this project. That's why I think, we're not gonna be able to do anything about this except pay the bill. But my point is, it's just like the bug guy was here the other day, and a week later, we probably would have changed our mind about this. I think we're rushing into practically all this stuff too fast.
I got some good things for you tonight about the bug guy at the end, so.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Did he
okay.
heal up?
I'll
Did
give
he?
you there. The thing is, I think the original project was strictly the turn lane area for the new school going in, and that's why there was
Yeah.
only 5 to cover that area.
Well,
And then
was that
somehow
meeting?
information came along to be able to extend that at least up to First Street, and then additional information came along to be able to extend it all the way to Bland Boulevard, because that is a dark area when you're
True.
driving out there.
True.
And so the whole thing came together as one packet then at that point. And I was on the board at that time, I believe.
SAS committee?
No, but on the city
On
council
council.
that had to
Right,
vote
you were on
for
the
it.
city council, that's
And
true.
you didn't ask me, and I would have voted
Well, you're
for
right,
it.
I didn't look about it.
Sorry to be
I thought
difficult,
we
but
saw blueprints on that.
Yeah.
though, when
We did.
voted. Yeah, so I mean, there was no surprise